Are dreams just random images fired from an unconscious brain during sleep? Or something much more important, like life-saving inner guidance? How dreams can be healing and early warning tools for disease, financial crisis, or success. And love is still one of the behavioral science's greatest unanswered questions. Hello, I'm your host, author Kat O'Keefe Kanavos. Welcome to Dreaming Healing, where dreams and cutting-edge scientific research meet on syndicated Dream Vision 7 radio network. Dreaming Healing is every Tuesday at 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. Eastern, with live shows on the first and third evenings at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, when you can call in and ask Kat questions about your amazing dreams. Talk on air. Call toll-free 833-220-1200. That's 833-220-1200. Come live your dreams out loud with Kat.
Welcome to Dreaming Healing on Dream Vision 7 Radio Network. I am your host, Kathleen O'Keefe Kanavos, but hey, my friends all call me Kat, so I hope you will too. This is a live video podcast. So if you're just listening to us in your car or on your radio in your house or somewhere else at the beach, and you'd like to see us because we've got beautiful women on the show tonight. Yeah, that should get you going, right? You can actually go to my website, Kathleen O'Keefe Kanavos, and that's Kathleen Okeefeka, N as in Nancy, A, V as in Victor, O, S as in Sam, and it'll take you to my website. And up in the right-hand corner, there's a little black bar. Just click that bar and it will take you to my Dream Vision 7 Radio Network webpage. You'll see a little TV set with antennae. Click that and you get to watch us. And if that was too hard to remember, you can just go up into the Google bar, the search bar, and type in Kat, K-A-T, the Queen of Dreams. It'll take you right to my website, and then just click the little black bar and it will take you to the website and you get to watch us. Okay, so who or what is a Gaia goddess, and how can this ancient belief fit into our modern lifestyle? Our Gaia goddess panel is here to explain all of that and so much more. In ancient Greek mythology, Gaia is the personification of the earth and one of the Greek deities. And in ancient Egypt, remember Imhotep from the Mummy? Yeah, Imhotep. Well, Imhotep actually had dream temples where people would go and dream, and then the priests and priestesses would help them decipher their dream. But in ancient Greece, we had the Asclepian dream temples. And in my book, Dreams That Can Save Your Life, the whole chapter on those Asclepian dream temples, which today are, a lot of them are spas. There's something magical about that space after it's been kissed by dreams, and it becomes a spa, a healing spa. So these dream temples help dreamers bring the important messages from their dreams into the earth's waking world. So what gifts does Gaia bring to our dreaming lives? And how can we use those gifts in our daily waking lifestyle? Well, Maria Marshall, founder of Gaia Goddess Lifestyle, and panel guests are going to discuss what Gaia Goddess Lifestyle work means to them and how it changed their lives. But first, we're going to do our clearing and our protection meditation. So if you're just listening to this show and you're driving in your car, don't close your eyes. It will still work, okay? So everybody else, I want you to sit comfortably in your chair. Just feel yourself dropping down, your shoulders getting heavier, your head just so comfortable on your neck. And I want you to take in 3 deep breaths. Let's take the first one together now. Deep breath in, hold it. Any negativity that you felt this week, I want it to go into that breath of life, blow it out. all the way across the room into this beautiful purple flame of Saint Germain. Watch it going up into the universe as golden light, returning past the moon, past the pearly gates, turning around, coming back and entering our seventh chakra, down through our whole body. Feel the warmth. Feels so good. Another deep breath in. Any negativity that you may have shared this week, blow it out into the purple flame of Saint Germain. Watch it go back up past the universe, make a U-turn, and come back into you as perfected light, golden light, warm, loving, positive. One more time, deep breath in. Anything negative that you remember from your childhood right now goes into that breath. Blow it out, empty, into that purple flame of Saint Germain. It's not yours anymore. Feel it turning into golden light, going back up, coming around, going into your seventh chakra. Feel your body vibrating with that positive golden light, flowing down through your legs, all the way down into your feet, through the soles of your feet, the soles of your body, into the ground. You vibrate with the perfect frequency of love and light. Now I want you to imagine holding a power gift in your hand, anything that's powerful to you, your favorite flower, your favorite rock, stone, jewelry. Use it to swing around your body and create a beautiful, beautiful mirrored bubble around you. Only that which is of the highest and best may come into that bubble, brought by your spirit guides and guardian angels. Anything else is reflected back from whence it came. We wish it so, and therefore it is. Welcome to the show, everybody, especially our guests. Let me tell you a little bit about them. Maria Marshall is the founder of Gaia Goddess, and she has a background in visual arts and was educated at the Fashion Institute of Technology and Parsons School of Design. She is a conscious creative who utilizes social entrepreneurism, storytelling, and community building to inspire, heal, and empower women. Currently, Maria spends most of her time working with Gaia Goddess, developing content and a supportive community for all women on a path of empowerment, healing, and spiritual expansion. And you can find out more at GaiaGoddessLifestyle.com, and that's GaiaGoddessLifestyle.com. And we have Ester Makhlouf, and she is an accomplished solutions and cybersecurity engineer and skilled leader with over 20 years of designing, building, and executing cutting-edge technologies. She has deployed for Fortune 500 enterprises to startups. Esther is implementing her designs in London, Dubai, New York, and Australia. And then we have Shalandra Williams, and she's the author and founder of Mindful Sense, which inspires and uplifts individuals to better promote self-discoveries of self-love, self-mastery, and self-care. Welcome to the show, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, Maria, let's start with you. How did you come up with the idea or concept of Gaia Goddess lifestyle?
Well, Gaia Goddess was revealed to me kind of like a download or just a message I got. I got the name, and it wasn't in a dream, although I have very vivid dreams and I get messages in my dreams. It didn't come to me that way. And so I went about securing that name. And I thought at first it was a conscious slogans on activewear. And so I started coming up with these slogans. I like to play with words and write. And then as I started branding and developing and moving forward, it was revealed to me that we weren't starting with clothing. We were going into online content and wellness and retreats and community building. So I think what happened was I always had this mission, this contract. And if it had been revealed to me up front, I would have run for the hills because it's quite large. And the old me, I would say, had a lot of fear of failure. So I probably would have put on the skid brakes and be frozen in fear. So I was very gently taken step at a time. And after clearing a lot of shadow, I can be I'm more confident and more, I see it and I feel it and I've been shown the signs. So I can hold the vision. I don't think I could have 10 years ago when we first met, certainly not. You remember?
Yeah, well, Maria and I go back a ways. We were both losing our mothers to cancer the first time we met, and we bonded over that. And then I came down with breast cancer, and she was so reassuring to me at a lot of the parties that we would go to. And I never stayed home and moped. I would go to a party right after treatment. I didn't care. If I was not going to live long, I was going to party till I died. So, you know, we bonded that way. And then when I heard about your concept of Gaia Goddess lifestyle, I thought, you know, that sounds just absolutely wonderful. And I really wanted to delve into that with you and some of the other people that are working with you in that. And you mentioned something about fear of failure. I believe we all suffer from fear of failure. And what helped you get over yours?
I think clearing the early childhood experiences and the lack of self-worth, because it was really coming from, if I'm not worthy and I risk failure, then I'm just going to prove what I already know about myself, and it'll be painful. It'll be crushing, and people will look down on me. I don't care what people think today. And if, again, I use conscious language. I know this business will succeed, but even if it didn't, right? Like it's like, it's no test. It doesn't define who I am, how lovable I am, how powerful I am, how magical I am. I am all of those things, whether a project takes off or doesn't. And I said in my panel discussion, you know, good on me for trying. Today, I've learned to pat myself on the back and acknowledge myself.
And that's so important. We really need to do that. And that is, you know, getting over the fear of fear itself and the fear of failure is probably part of the Gaia Goddess lifestyle. So Esther, I'm going to ask you and Shalandra the same question, and I'm going to circle around and ask Maria this too. What does living a Gaia Goddess lifestyle actually mean to you? Let's start with you, Esther.
Yeah, so with my background, which is in technology, what it means to me is I can get away from the screen and honor who I am, and be okay to be vulnerable, to work on the things that are that are coming up as shadow, and to be able to step into my power, all thankfully for the tools that I've learned and gained through Gaia Goddess, through Maria and Gaia Goddess, and all the wonderful healers and the different modalities that I've learned over time, that I've been able to integrate not only into my personal life or my personal journey, but also my career.
I love that. And you talked about the shadow. I'm sure you were talking about the shadow of your work, but in the dream world, the shadow self is such an important part of us, because no matter where we go, there we are. And so we have to learn to embrace our shadow self and love our shadow self, because although many people think that they're being chased by their shadow is just trying to keep up with them. Some of us just move so darn fast. So Shalandra, what does living a Gaia Goddess lifestyle mean to you?
So basically, kind of to piggyback off of what you were saying as far as the shadow, just really reaching into yourself, like soul, spirit, mind, heart, clearing all of the energy out and just really embracing yourself as a goddess in itself, and just living just a happy, inner, peaceful lifestyle.
I love that. Yeah, and that peacefulness, knowing that you are powerful. You're powered, you are empowered with love. And that makes you powerful, and it gives you a feeling of something greater than you is empowering you. And that's such a strong feeling of success. I remember when I had to actually surrender, because I'm a 3-time breast cancer survivor. And the 3rd time I got it, I was like, okay, I got it. I'm going to die. I surrender, God. If you want to take me, go ahead. If you think you can handle me when I get up there, go ahead and take me now. And surrendering to that higher power, that inner goddess, connecting with our higher power was really healing. And I think that was my biggest step toward healing, getting rid of that fear that Maria had talked about, that fear of failure. What if I don't survive this? Does that mean I'm a failure? Well, if that means I'm a failure, I remember rationalizing it. If I'm a failure because I didn't survive this cancer, does it mean everybody who dies is a failure? No. Eventually, we've all got to go. And then I was over it. So let's go back to you, Maria. What does living a Gaia Goddess lifestyle mean to you?
I think Esther and Shalandra spoke to it, and I would just echo their sentiments. It's really, the term empowerment. It's such a term that everybody uses, and it feels like everybody's using it, so it's overused. But what does it really mean? And as the goddess, because each one of us has an aspect of ourselves that is of God. And being of God, how could you not be worthy, powerful, peaceful, joyful, all the things that of love, of light, also with the history and the shadow, but knowing that you have these magical tools of manifestation of the God in consciousness. That's when a woman is a real, true Gaia Goddess, empowered woman who's not afraid to say, I am powerful. I am claiming that more and more today, even on podcasts, because it seems so egotistical. It seems heretical almost, right? To say, I am a powerful goddess, but hello, we all are. And why not? And claiming that means that you've been able to not care what people think, not buy into the programs. So it's to get there, though, it doesn't happen because you will it. You don't snap your fingers. I mean, Shalandra, Esther, myself, and you have been broken open, right? I'm reading that book now, Broken Open. It's like that moment where you just have to go in and figure it out, because life is pushing you there. Your soul is pushing you there. And you know what it's like if you don't want to hear, if you don't want to grow, if you don't want to do what your soul came here. So I think that's what a Gaia Goddess lifestyle is, really owning your power, believing in your power. It's one thing to say I'm powerful. Do you believe it? And how do you create from that? Are you creating consciously from that power place? I think that's truly where we're all headed. And I hope that Gaia Goddess can be instrumental in many getting there with as much ease and grace as possible.
So for those of you out there listening or watching this podcast, I think maybe one of your first steps is to go look in the mirror. Go look in the mirror, look at yourself and say, I am a goddess, because you have God in you, just like Maria said. I am a goddess. I am powerful and I am as beautiful on the outside as I am on the inside, and I'm gorgeous on the inside. So I think that we all have Gaia Goddess in us, and we need to embrace it because it's important. So, you all have been incredibly successful in your careers before becoming a part of the Gaia Goddess lifestyle. So kind of share with us, what career accomplishments did you actually bring to this new business? What are you bringing into this Gaia Goddess lifestyle from the accomplishments that you had in your career, in your other careers? Let's start with you, Esther.
Well, in my experience in the tech world, as you know, like most industries, it can be very male dominated. And so what Gaia Goddess brought to the table was the sisterhood, right? So knowing that there is that community of other goddesses that I can reach out to, that I know that they're not just for the healing aspect, but also to, encourage each other and be able to help each other through our journeys and along our growth, right? And one of the things that Maria tuned me into was Reiki. So I'd been having a difficult time at one of the companies that I'd been working for, and basically one thing led to another, and when I'd met Maria, she introduced me to Reiki, attuned me in Reiki, and then I was like, wow, what a magical tool. Like I started practicing on family and friends, and the more that I got into this healing and energy exchange, I realized that, this is like, this works both ways, right? So from there, I was able to, reach out to the other sisters in the Gaia Goddess community, where, I started practicing things like going into the Akashic records. If I was stuck about a certain decision or a project or the direction of which way it would go. So I really started incorporating these tools, my intuition, my daily rituals, checking on my chakras, etc. So then I started to feel a little bit more balanced, and it wasn't just the way I thought that the projects in the corporate world work. I'd felt a little bit of a disconnect. At times I felt that I wasn't in the flow, and I think when I started to listen to my intuition and bring those forward into my daily life, then I started seeing some magic happen.
Oh, I love that. We've got to go to our first break, so don't go away. When we come back, we're going to make some comments about collaborating versus competing in Esther's area of expertise, and we're going to also be talking about balance before we go to Shalandra to get her take on this. So you are listening to Dreaming Healing on Dream Vision 7 Radio Network. I'm your host, Kat Kanavos. We will be right back, so don't go away.
What if dreams can diagnose your life? What if we can meet the love of our life in dreams? Join host Kat O'Keefe Kanavos, the #1 internationally best-selling author of Dreams That Can Save Your Life, written with Duke University medical doctor Larry Burke. Dreaming Healing is where we'll explore dreams, research, and interpret dreams from you, the caller. Dreaming Healing shows can be heard every Tuesday at 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. Eastern, with live shows on the first and third evenings at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific Time on syndicated Dream Vision 7 Radio Network. Come live your dreams out loud with Kat.
miracles real? Can you move from mayhem to miracles? 30 prominent authors say yes as they share their high fives and down lows of challenges, abuse, addiction, and love. Experience hope, the magic elixir of miracles, through the personal stories of New York Times bestselling authors James Redfield, Dr. Bernie Siegel, Sister Jenna, Reverend Temple Hayes, and many more. If you like bestsellers, chaos to clarity, and crappy to happy, you'll love crying and laughing through mayhem to miracles. Sacred stories of transformational hope. Available now on Amazon and in bookstores worldwide.
Did you know that every word you speak matters? What you say and how you say it can make or break a relationship or shift the outcome of any situation. Are your conversations making a difference? Faith in God, gratitude, authenticity, and giving are Teresa Velarde's heart. It's in this spirit that she's focused on making a difference in the lives she's blessed to touch. Conversations That Make a Difference is now on syndicated Dream Vision 7 radio network every Tuesday at 5 a.m. and 5 p.m. Eastern Time, with live call-in shows every first and third Tuesday at 5 p.m. Eastern.
In a world facing annihilation, a miraculous African nun rises to become the first female pope through a web of war, murder, and betrayal. Loved by some, hated by many, she becomes the deadly target of Islamic terrorists and her own cardinals as she introduces a new vision that will either save humanity or accelerate its destruction. 4 people must race against a nuclear holocaust to learn her astonishing secret. Pope Annalisa is available at petercanova.com, Amazon, and other online booksellers and bookstores worldwide.
This is Dream Vision 7 Radio Network, uniting mankind with universal love. Our shows are created from the heart, bringing each listener to a place of divine enlightenment. Breathe, relax, and enjoy. Let life flow.
Welcome back, everyone. You are listening to Dreaming Healing on Dream Vision 7 Radio Network, and I'm your host, Kathleen O'Keefe Kanavos, but my friends all call me Kat, so gosh, I hope you will too. Just before the break, we were speaking with Esther, and I wanted to know how she brought her profound skills in the tech world into Gaia Goddess lifestyle, because one's very male and the other one's very female, and so how did that happen, and how did she feel about it? And what I took away from what she said was men tend to compete with each other, and what I'm hearing from her is the women were collaborating. She was collaborating with the women, and that just kind of made my heart sing, because I believe that women have always been collaborators. We've always worked together to raise the children, to do all the things that we do. And so in the workforce, our most successful jobs, careers, etc., is where we are working together as collaborators. And I think that may be a big part of the Gaia Goddess lifestyle, because Esther talked about the balance it brought to her male-dominated business, and I could definitely see that. So, Shalandra, same question to you. What skill sets did you bring from your previous work areas into this Gaia Goddess lifestyle?
So, I currently take up psychology and sociology in school. So it was naturally innate for me to be able to understand people on a psychological level as well as on an environmental level. So I just, I started going to school for it, and then I started to learn, verbatim what it was. But when I came into Gaia Goddess, it taught me alignment. So before I came, sometimes when, you're going through your healing journey or your spiritual journey, like seeing is typically not believing in that realm. Is more of like knowing. So when I came into Gaia Goddess, it showed me that everything that I was working on was in alignment. And it was so beautiful to see all of the different healers, including Miss Maria, in this, into the Gaia Goddess. So it just taught me alignment. It taught me that, I'm on the right path. It taught me that there are different ways of healing. There are different ways of, getting in touch with your inner power and your higher self. It's just beautiful.
Yes. Yeah. So we share a lot of that. My degree is in psychopathology. I tell people it was a great degree to have for marriage, abnormal psychology. And I think that we can use that in all of life. And, women are really good at that. So right now, I'm going to ask all three of you this question also. What are you doing with the experiences that you've had as Gaia Goddess Lifestyle? How are you sharing those experiences with everybody, not just women? Because I know there are a lot of men who are so male dominated, they're off balance, and getting a little Gaia Goddess Lifestyle in them would give them balance, make them happy, and make them much more productive. So I'm going to throw this out for the world. What basically are you doing to have something tangible to share with the world to get that balance, that Gaia Goddess balance? And so let's start with you, Maria.
It's a great question. And your brother-in-law was appalled that we were offering healing to women and not men, but he didn't understand that we were going to, but we needed the time. I believe women need to come into balance first. I believe women, because we are still operating as a patriarchy. I mean, poor Esther is always the only woman in the room. And, there are these old outdated paradigms on how business is done, how all of these things are done, and women are still playing these old roles and out of their power and out of their worth. So there's a lot of healing that the feminine, the divine feminine, needs so she can awaken. She can set a boundary. She can know herself as deserving. So what she will accept in a partnership, what she will accept in a job environment reflects her inner goddess, her inner worth. And then the men can heal in response to that, because there are so many countries where the women, have no rights, don't choose their husbands, are stoned to death. I mean, there's a lot of places that are severely out of balance. So how is a man going to wake up or to see that he has to change some of his ways of thinking, because the woman's no longer willing to not spend time with him because he's working around the clock, not, be subjugated, not as important. Her career's not as important. She works invisible hours. All these things exist. Women are now waking up to, what? Huh? Oh my goodness, what's wrong with this picture? So I think that that's where we're starting. And I don't know what the timing is. I have not been shown it yet, but I do know there is a time where then we bring the masculine in, and we work a lot with couples, because one of the things that I know Gaia Goddess is doing is what I have recently done for myself. Esther's we're all working on as women, balancing the masculine and feminine inside ourselves. So I believe I'm the microcosm to what Gaia is doing on the macro, because when the masculine, the feminine comes into balance, that's when we get the new earth or the fifth dimension. Can't happen till that happens. So we all have to do it individually, then we have to do it collectively. And that's where we are right now with the healing for humanity. And that will happen. And I believe Gaia will be a big part of that, Gaia Goddess, and other companies and other healers. And Gaia Goddess has the ability to go around the world and to be a hub for healers. So we can be seen and in those other countries, and not just here in the United States. So I do see it as a global brand. I do see it as a movement. And yeah, that's a long answer to your question, but one I'm very passionate about.
Yeah. What I heard that really stood out for me was the women balanced first, because I tell women all the time, if your inner well is empty because you've done nothing but give, you have nothing to give to yourself, and an empty well can give no water. and water spirituality. And the other thing that I heard was the boundaries. I really like that. And I tell people all the time, no means no, possibly forever. And it's a whole paragraph. I don't need to say anything else. Just know that's the boundary.
Yes.
So I want to ask you the same thing, Esther. What are you doing now to bring all of your gifts into this Gaia Goddess so that people can see it?
Well, I'm putting myself first.
There you go.
And it took me a while to get used to that, because I didn't realize that I was caught up in so many different projects, trying to meet deadlines, like probably, I had gotten used to, in my work environment, being more in my electro rather than my electromagnetic, and so I realized that in order to balance that, I wanted to get used to, like, not only listening to my intuition, being able to speak up from there, and really not being in fear of the retaliation, or that something could seem too esoteric, or it doesn't fit into the textbook, etc. Especially, like, in the world of technology, which every business now uses and is run by technology. So one of the very important things to me was that moving forward, how do we start creating consciously with the use of technology? So that's been my mission, over the last couple of years, and the projects that I've been taking on have really been about questioning that within myself, and then the people around me that I'm working with. And it's because I stepped up to that, I realized that there's a lot of female coders stepping into the space. It's great to see a lot of more women, building, designing, doing some wonderful things with the technology. But what's been a nice surprise is that I'm also starting to see a lot more men step into their yin, which is great, because it's not as though they haven't wanted to. It's just that I guess that we're finally now holding space for each other, and so that allows me to step forward and balance the masculine and feminine within, as it does for them. So it's kind of on par with what Maria was saying earlier. By creating boundaries, by honoring the self, doing the work on balancing that masculine and feminine within myself, then it just becomes like a ripple effect for those around me.
I like that ripple effect. Yeah, I believe in that ripple effect. I believe that in order for you to authentically share with others what you want to be, you must be it. You must be it and take it forward. So one of the things that really resonated with me about what you just talked about was that female intuition, which over the years has been suppressed and suppressed. Oh, science did first, female intuition, that's woo-woo. But one of the things that the reason that just kind of sparked me is because I know Maria knows this, but my book, Dreams That Can Save Your Life, my dreams found my cancer 3 times when the medical community missed it. And then Dr. Larry Burke, who was chief of radiology at Duke University Medical, had women coming in for cancer treatment, and they were filling out paperwork. And one of the questions on the paperwork was, how was your breast cancer found? And they would say, in dreams. And then they came into the hospital and had pathology reports that confirmed the dreams. And that made it cutting edge, that female intuition saying, yes, you had a mammogram and it's wrong. That female intuition that said, go back to your doctor right now and work with science and that intuition for full health. And so when Dr. Larry Burke saw this happening with 20 women, he had 19. And he said, I need one more, and Duke University will actually fund my research project. And he went online and found me because I was, yelling from the rooftops, your dreams, your dreams, your dreams, female intuition, female intuition. And so we wrote this book together, Dreams That Can Save Your Life, put it out there for the world. And it got translated into Italian. So I went and ordered all the Italian books and took it around to all my Italian restaurants and gave it to the owners because their families were all Italian, the grandmothers, and grandmothers need to know that. And this just came this past week or two. It's been translated into Chinese. Now, I don't even know if I'm holding this up correctly. Same if you hold it up the other way too. But I'm thrilled to pieces because they believe in ancestor worship, which means love never dies. It's always there. So we need to go to a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to ask Shalandra the same question, and it's kind of unfair because she gets to think about her answer now, and you guys didn't. I just put you right on the spot. But when we get back, we're going to ask Shalandra the same question I just asked Esther and Maria. So don't go away. We'll be right back. You are watching Dreaming Healing on Dream Vision 7 Radio Network, and I'm your host, Kat Kanavos. And today we are talking about the Gaia Goddess lifestyle.
What if dreams can diagnose your life? What if we can meet the love of our life in dreams? Join host Kat Kanavos, the #1 internationally best-selling author of Dreams That Can Save Your Life, written with Duke University medical doctor Larry Burke. Dreaming Healing is where we'll explore dreams, research, and interpret dreams from you, the caller. Dreaming Healing shows can be heard every Tuesday at 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. Eastern, with live shows on the first and third evenings at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific Time on syndicated Dream Vision 7 Radio Network. Come live your dreams out loud with Kat.
Omega Institute, offering workshops, retreats, and online learning dedicated to awakening the best in the human spirit. For over 40 years, Omega has seen more than 1 million people come through its doors to grow, learn, and find a greater sense of purpose. Located in Rhinebeck, New York, just 90 miles north of New York City, Omega's natural environment and quiet pace allow for extraordinary experiences to unfold. Learn more at eomega.org or call 800-944-1001.
Why are we here? How can we be happy? Questions asked from millennials to boomers. Crappy to happy. Sacred Stories of Transformational Joy answers them using true stories of grit, grace, and love. James Redfield, author of The Celestine Prophecy, wrote in the foreword, "This book is a seminar about emerging truths and offers grounded solutions through the art of the comeback." Dr. Bernie Siegel, a contributing author, wrote, "Bodies die, but spirits and consciousness survive and recycle." So, grab some tissues, open your book, and prepare to cry and laugh till it heals. Crappy to Happy by Reverend Ariel Patricia and Kathleen O'Keefe Kanavos. Available from Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and booksellers worldwide. Darkest hours to brightest moments. Transformation from despair to happiness. And chaos to clarity. Real people, real pain, real healing. Life-threatening illness, death, abusive relationships, divorce, and overcoming addiction are challenges these men and women faced head-on. See how they emerged stronger and happier. Buy the new book, Chaos to Clarity, Sacred Stories of Transformational Change by Reverend Patricia Caginello and Kathleen O'Keefe Kanavos. Available on sacredstoriespublishing.com and worldwide through Amazon and other retailers.
This is Dream Vision 7 Radio Network, uniting mankind with universal love. Our shows are created from the heart, bringing each listener to a place of divine enlightenment. Breathe, relax, and enjoy. Let life flow.
Welcome back to Dreaming Healing on Dream Vision 7 Radio Network. I'm your host, Kat Kanavos, and today we are talking about the Gaia Goddess lifestyle. And just before the break, we were talking about what women, our three guests today, were bringing into Gaia Goddess to show people how it works. I mean, we're going beyond just the concept. What are they bringing in to actually live that Gaia Goddess lifestyle? So Shalandra actually got to think about it during the break. So it should be a wing dinger. Shalandra, take it away.
I guess what I bring is I have a lot of knowledge from my life. I've had a different, trials and tribulations in my life. So I'm not the type of person where I look at it as defining me. I look at it as the silver lining. So that's what I bring into Gaia Goddess, as far as like my knowledge and my intuition, and just, still implementing, getting to, my higher self, my higher power, and just enhancing that.
I love that. That silver lining, it's so important. We all run into storm clouds. It's part of life. Like when my computer didn't work today and I couldn't get on Zoom, and I was on the phone with Bob, and I had to actually cancel my first 4 shows because I couldn't get on. That silver lining was no storm lasts forever. And I will get through this one way or another. And so it's really nice, Shalandra, to see that there's somebody else that realizes that silver lining is so important. You need to focus on that. And that is something that our audience can take away with them, and say, yes, I can do that. I can look at that big cloud and go, somewhere in there is a silver lining, and I'm going to go find it. So let's talk about what events you guys have planned for the near future. Let's start with you again, Maria. What's happening in the near future for you?
You mean for the business or me personally?
For the business, as far as the
yes.
Gaia Goddess.
Yeah, events. Well, we do have a retreat coming up in July in Greece, which I can't be more excited about, being part Greek, and that's where my grandparents were born. And the women that own the retreat are Greek, and one was a banker and had a similar experience as all of us. Like when it just doesn't work anymore, something happens, it could be breast cancer, it could be a heart surgery, whatever. We decide that we're not aligned, we're going into wellness. So that they're doing a Gaia Goddess, Greek goddess lecture. And I'm also really, really excited about, they work a lot with Athena and the other goddesses. So that will be fun. And then we have, actually, I was just talking to your sister-in-law today about a women's empowered women in business, women in wellness breakfast at the Ritz-Carlton Nomad. So that will be the fall, just around the time that we launch our website, not the website, sorry, but I mean the membership, the paid membership. And then in October, I will be speaking at New Life Expo on Saturday. So that's exciting too. And in between then, we have smaller things going on. But once the membership is launched, the subscription paid membership, because right now we have a free one, which we'll always have. We call that our silver. Once the gold's launched, we're redesigning. We're doing so much right now with content creation, filming, meeting all these goddesses, these healers, like magnetizing. This community is just like coming right into our laps. And it's so synchronistic. It's magical. There's dreams about it. There's downloads. It's really quite extraordinary, I have to say. And Gaia's having a blast. She's just having so much fun with this business, as am I. I can't say it's not stressful at times, but yes. So once the membership's up, running, selling, then we have many more retreats to do. We have another tier of membership, a higher level price, but with perks and front row access. And we'll want to be bringing in keynote speakers and just like having so many opportunities, plus our app, which will connect our community even more. women in business, women in transition, women mothering, mindful mothering for, just all of these opportunities to support the divine feminine because our brand is the maiden, the mother, the wise woman. It's the Triskel. It's that ancient symbol on our logo. So there's a lot, right? There's a lot that women are they need now.
They do.
They really do. Maybe they're not asking for it. But if I had it when I went through some of the trials in my life, it would have been so much easier. And I know I wasn't meant to have that experience, so I could bring it, right? So it's the silver lining, back to what Shalandra mentioned, is that I had all these experiences that were painful and maybe didn't get all the support that I needed, but I got through it. And in getting through it, now I know what I want to bring, what Gaia wants to bring through for all the other women who are going to be on this journey at different stages along the way.
Right, that sounds wonderful. So basically one of our very last questions, because believe it or not, ladies, we're almost through a whole hour. Can you believe how quickly this went? I'm going to ask each of you, and I'm going to actually, I think I will start with Shalandra first, because I've been letting her go last so she can listen to everybody else's. I'm going to go with her first.
Unfair
so
advantage.
Shalandra, if a woman were contemplating joining a group like Gaia Goddess Lifestyle to make a difference in their life, what would you tell them about Gaia Goddess Lifestyle that could help them make a choice and a difference?
So what I would tell them, that most of the time, if someone's coming to, such a business such as Gaia Goddess, that's more working with your inner self, wanting more for yourself, wanting to connect with your higher self, wanting to have more inner peace. So with Gaia Goddess, I see it as sort of like a soul project. So you work on this part of the chakra, you work on this part of your body, and all of the different parts come together to complete your soul. So it's basically to make you healed and make you become as one as a goddess, and just really enhance and learn to live that in a lifestyle and utilize it more as an innate behavior instead of, where they are at this present moment.
Yeah, I love that. That's great. So Esther, what would you tell a woman who was contemplating joining the Gaia Goddess Lifestyle? What would you tell them that would help them make a difference?
The importance of that Gaia Goddess Lifestyle brings is it's a community, it's a safe space, it's a place where other women hold space for each other. It's for all, different ages, backgrounds. It doesn't matter if you're curious and new to the space, or you've done some healing work and you want to learn more and grow more. Gaia Goddess is all of that, and I certainly experienced it firsthand at the last retreat in Maui. It was really beautiful to see exactly that, a group of women who spent time doing the inner work, but also there for each other, to help each other, lean on each other, and to share the knowledge and the tools that, as we mentioned earlier, has been suppressed for a long time.
That's great, and I love the fact that if you're looking for a group, it means you're probably lonely, and the camaraderie you would get with the Gaia Goddess Lifestyle would fit those needs. So Maria, what about you? What would you say to someone who was looking for a group similar to Gaia Goddess? Why would the Gaia Goddess Lifestyle group be right for them?
I think, like Esther said, everybody wants to feel part of something. Everybody wants to feel loved and nurtured and held. And it's a space where women can come in and feel that, and know that if they didn't get it elsewhere, they didn't get it in their childhood, they're worthy of it. And we are all one. So we are not in competition with each other, but we have to come together in community as women to share our resources and change this planet and the landscape and the programs and everything. And that doesn't take one healer, one platform, one business. It takes the world, and Gaia is the world. So we will be working globally with global healers. It's really a hub for so much to happen and so much support. And Gaia is supportive. She's trees, and she's, she is our ultimate support system. So that's what I would say. And I would say, we're so happy to have you. We love you.
Oh, I love that. Yes, we want to belong to a place where they really want us. So I want to thank the three of you for being on the show tonight. It was wonderful having you as guests. The Gaia Goddess lifestyle is certainly something I believe is important now, maybe more than ever before, after being so locked up after COVID. So thank you, Maria Marshall, Esther, Shalandra, for being on the show and sharing your wisdom.
Thank you,
Thank
Kat.
you,
Thank
Kat.
you for having us.
We loved it.
Oh, good. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. So for those of you regulars on my show, don't forget to join me for your Dreams Unmasked on the 7-day Spirit at the Sea Gratitude Cruise. And it's going to be January 3rd through the 13th, 2024, aboard the Holland America line Königsdam, and it's round trip from San Diego, California. So I know there's a lot of listeners out there in the California area. The $350 deposit is fully refundable. We made sure of that. And the reservation number is 800-658-6869. Ask for Michelle. And if you want to see the information again, just go to my Facebook page, Kathleen O'Keefe Kanavos, author speaker. It's pinned at the top. So thank you everybody for being on the show with us tonight. Remember to keep your dream journals right beside your bed so that when you wake up in the morning, you don't have to move around and try and find your journal, because poof, your dreams will be gone. The more you move around, the quicker they dissipate like smoke. So if it's right there beside you and you just kind of reach over and grab it, open it up and start writing down your dream, you'll get so much more information. And if you find that your dream just takes off, get back into bed, same position you were in, close your eyes and see if you can't grab the tail of that dream and pull it right down into your waking world, and then write it down in your dream journal. So good night, everybody. Remember, everybody dreams, but some dreams can save lives. Good night.
Thank you for joining us this evening, and a big thanks to our producer. Tune in next time to Dreaming Healing for more cutting-edge research, live dream interpretations, and stories with radio host and award-winning author Kat O'Keefe Kanavos. Listen every Tuesday at 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. Eastern Time with call-in live shows on the first and third evenings at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific Time on syndicated Dream Vision 7 radio network. Remember, everyone dreams, but some dreams save lives. Live your dreams. Find more about Kat at KathleenO'KeefeKanavos.com. That's Kathleen with a K. OKEEFEKANAVOS, or The Queen of Dreams on Google search.
This is Dream Vision 7 Radio Network, uniting mankind with universal love. Our shows are created from the heart, bringing each listener to a place of divine enlightenment. Breathe, relax, and enjoy. Let life flow.